Good evening, everybody. I'm here with Ricky on the left. She's the Frida Sculpt by Carola Vogorovich, and she was reborn by Crystal Wynn of Paris Alley Babies. And then in the middle is my beautiful Penny Sculpt, reborn by Crystal Wynn of Paris Alley Babies, and her name is Emma Louise. And then on the right is my lovely Charlotte, who's the Saskia Sculpt, reborn in a collaboration between my daughter and myself. And before I forget to introduce myself, I'm going to do that right now. My name is Susie, and this is Ruby Rose Reborns. And I have a lot of new subscribers now, so I thought I better go back in and introduce myself and introduce my girls here that are all dressed and decked out for fall. And tonight, I just want you to know right now, this was no easy task to get these guys dressed and set up on this bed, and so I could do the video. And I'm holding this camera on, it's on the tripod, and I'm holding it because I have nowhere else to put it where I can get this particular shot. So I'm trying to keep it as stable as I possibly can. And I also want to do a great tag that's going around, and I saw it today on My Little World. Katie with My Little World, she did this tag, and it originated from Don'tWorryBabyRebornCollective Reborn channel, and I will put the link down below. But Katie mentioned something that was great. You know, we have a lot of new subscribers that don't know a lot about us. We also have a lot of new people in the YouTube community for Reborns, that this would be a fun way for us all to kind of review what we already know about each other, and also to get to know people that we don't know a lot about, and for our new subscribers to get to know us. And it's just a fun way, and I love tags, and this is a particularly good one, I think. It covers a lot of questions that have been covered before in the past, but that was the past. That could have been last year when I didn't have very many subscribers, and etc., etc. So it's a good one to review from every once in a while. And so I thought I will get the girls all dressed and ready for fall, and we'll do this tag. And you guys can get to know me a little bit better, and I hope you will, who's watching, will continue and do the tag yourself so we can get to know you a little bit better too. And the first question is, the first time you saw or heard of Reborns, how long and what was your initial thought? How long ago, and what was your initial thought? Creepy or fascinating? Well, that was a long time ago. It was almost 9 years ago. It was 8.5 years ago. And to tell you the truth, it was on QVC. And at that time, I was an avid collector of Marie Osmond porcelain dolls. She had beautiful dolls. And if you're not familiar with them, you can find them online to see what I'm talking about. They weren't, you know, I'm not crazy about porcelain dolls that are stand up or that kind of thing, but they were more like these three sitting right here, only in porcelain. And they were babies and toddlers, and they mostly toddlers. And I collected those, and we always looked forward to Marie Osmond coming on and doing her big QVC hours. And she would do these for 2 hours at a time, you know, a few times a year. And they just dedicated that to her new releases, and you could get them for good prices and that kind of thing. And my daughter and I, my daughter Elizabeth, she also collected Marie Osmond dolls as well. So we were sitting there one afternoon and we were watching this QVC, And she said she had a surprise for us all. And at the very end, the last baby that she brought out to be sold was a reborn. And I had never seen anything like it. And it was a sleeper. And she had rooted hair. And if you can believe it, not rooted eyelashes. And I don't remember the artist that painted her, but Marie, it was a really, 9 years ago, that was reborns were just getting into people's homes. There was a few collectors out there, not many, but it was becoming fairly popular, I guess you'd say. And she offered this baby. There was 4 of them in the edition. Now, I thought that was pretty funny because they all looked alike. The artist had made them all look alike, the 4. And it came with an outfit and a blanket and all this. And it was weighted. And the host was just amazed at the weighting of the baby and how beautiful it was and all this. And she was charging $1,200 for this doll. And Elizabeth and I are looking at this and we're going, what the heck? You know, $1,200 for that doll? I mean, she's really cute and we had never heard of reborns before. So when that was done, one of my friends back east, that was when I say avid collector, oh my goodness, I don't even know how many dolls she had. Maybe 1,000, I don't know. But she was one of the 4 people that bought this doll for $1,200. And she had it in a beautiful cradle or something to that effect. Anyway, she was talking about it and all that. She was showing us some close-ups of it, and it really fascinated me. So we went on eBay to look, and sure enough, there were quite a few on there. And at that time, there were some kits. A lot of them were reborn Behringer dolls that people had taken apart, taken the paint off, and reborn them. And so that's how we found out, and we were just totally fascinated with these reborns and this new art form. And that's how we discovered them. And they weren't creepy to us. We thought they were darling. And we loved the clothes and all that kind of thing. So that's how the first time I saw reborn. The next question is 2. Was your first doll a boy or girl, and why? It was a girl. And why? Because she was cute. She was on eBay, and she was actually a reborn Behringer. And she had a wig, and she had 1/4 limbs. You know, 3/4 limbs were just becoming. But she had 1/4 limbs. She was I hope this isn't real blurry for you folks. And of course now my battery is flashing. So I'm hoping that we can get through this all with this one battery. But anyway, so yeah, it was a girl. She was cute. I loved her. Her name was Daphne Joy. And that's why. And number 3, are daily themes important to you when selecting what to present on YouTube or what to watch? When I first started out, daily themes, I liked it. Well, I never really participated in daily themes. I think once over the last 18 months, I might have done a onesie Wednesday, but I really did participate in Theme Thursday. I liked Theme Thursday. I liked it a lot. And I think as new people on YouTube, if you're just starting your channel, it's a wonderful way to get started, have something to look forward to, something to plan. Just kind of helped me plan my videos, and what I wanted to do was with Theme Thursday. And it was a lot of fun. I don't participate anymore, but at the time it was great. Number 4. What other non-related YouTube channels do you watch? Okay, well, I'm kind of a weirdo. I'm a very eclectic person, so whatever strikes my fancy at the time, like, for instance, forever, and a day, I have been well, my major in college was history. I didn't do anything with it because right at the time when college was over, I was pregnant and having my first baby. So we just never did anything with our history degree. So anyway, but I mean, as far as teaching or anything like that, but I've always loved history, and I've always been a student of it. And in particular, World War II has always, since I was 13 years old, and that was a long time ago, ladies, has been a major thing in my life. And when you think about it, I was born 9 years after World War II, so it was still very fresh. My mother and father were married in 1943, and during World War II, my father served from the very beginning in the Pacific, and so until the very end of the war, and the war was over, 6 months. He had a lot he had to finish up there, and then he was able to get home by Christmas. So, anyway, so yeah, World War II was a big thing, and I'm totally fascinated with things. I've watched countless YouTube videos on different aspects of the war and that kind of thing. The Civil War has always been a big deal for me as well, the United States Civil War, and I've visited many battlefields and so forth. And so I watch things about that. And lately, I don't know how I got onto this one because I lived through it, was the Vietnam War. You know, Vietnam was a big thing in my life when I was growing up, you know, from I would say my real earliest memories of Vietnam was probably like in 1965, where I really took notice until it was over in the 1972. So, and I had friends, young men that went there, served there, and died there. So I have been watching a lot about that, in particular the Huey chopper pilots lately. That's been my latest fascination, was the young men that flew those troop transport helicopters and the gunship helicopters and the heavy lifters. It's all been very fascinating. So yeah, that's what I watch on YouTube when I'm not watching Reborn Baby channels. I know it sounds a little crazy, but that's me. And who knows what it'll be next week? I don't know. Okay. Do you have, number 5, do you have more custom reborns or already created in your collection? I have 7 reborns in my collection. Charlotte over here on the right, she was a custom, really, between me and my daughter. No, Penny, or Emma in the middle, she was a custom that I ordered. I ordered her coloring, her eyes, and her hair, which I'm very, very pleased with. And from Crystal, and then, of course, on the left over here is Ricky, who's the Frida Sculpt, and she also was a custom. And then I have Reese and Finn, Finn and Harvey Walter that I reborned myself. And the only 2 right now that I bought off of, actually from Doll Fan, from other artists, are my 2 Levi's. So there's that one. Now let's see if we can get through this. 6. What was your first the first YouTube channel that I subscribed to was My Little Tulip, and I watched, I think, every one of hers before I ever made a YouTube video. And I still watch her today. And another one was My Little World with Katie. When she'd put one up, I would watch it. And there were several, but those are 2 that I can really remember. Are you the only one in your family to collect dolls? No, my daughter Elizabeth collects them. Number 7. Oh, no, that 8. Why do you have a YouTube channel? I have a YouTube channel because it's fun and because I love my dolls, and I've been collecting and reborning for a long time. And I finally have an avenue where I can, besides on forums like Doll Fan, where I could share pictures and all that kind of thing. The YouTube was far more fun by making videos and sharing that. So it's an avenue for that. Number 9, dream celeb as your significant other or dream reborn. You can only choose one of the other. Okay, I don't know if I really understand that, but a dream celeb, well, you know, I'm 63 years old, so I don't know, that kind of dates me, but there's a lot of hot young men out there, I will tell you that I enjoy watching. But a dream reborn, I guess, you know, I'm pretty happy with my hubby of 43 years. We have a great marriage. We're best friends. And so I guess it would have to be a dream reborn. If I'm answering this right, I don't know. Okay, and number 10. What is the latest compliment you got on a video, and who gave it? Oh, well, I don't know. People have been very complimentary, and I just really don't. I don't know that answer. So sorry, but I did enjoy this tag a lot. So here's my girls. We're going to just do a couple of close-ups, and we're going to close out of this. Here is my lovely Ricky, and I hope it's not too blurry. There she is. She's in a Next jumper with a little onesie with foxes on it. And she's holding a fox, a jellycat fox, and she has tights that have an animal on it, and her suede Mary Janes. And she's just gorgeous girl. And then in the middle here is my Emma Louise that I love. Really love this doll. And she's wearing a Carter's darling little jumper with a blouse underneath. Okay, pardon me. Yes, Emma Louise is in the middle, and she's wearing a Carter's jumper with this cute owl applique and embroidered on the top. And it is corduroy, which I like very much, with the polka dots. And it has this cute paisley type of blouse that went underneath it. And there she is. There's my gorgeous girl. And there is her little gray tights that came with it, and some little gray Mary Janes. And she's got her raccoon. And then over here is Miss Charlotte, my girl. And she's wearing a navy headband. And this is a outfit that came from my dear friend, Suzanne, of Suzanne Babies. She got this for me last year, and she's wearing it again this year. And it's this is a blue, a navy blue jumper, and there's this beautiful cardigan, mustard color cardigan that went with it, and this darling onesie that goes underneath it. And I'm going to try to zoom in so you can see the acorns on the little Peter Pan collar. And she's carrying her darling little chipmunk. And she has some cute tights that also came with it that I believe they have squirrels or chipmunks on them too. So there's my girls celebrating the fall, ready for Thanksgiving. And this is what I'm going to keep them in for a week because they're so cute and I don't want to take it off of them. And thank you for hanging in there this long with me I appreciate it. Thank you, my new subscribers. Thank you, my lovely, loyal subscribers. And yes, I'm going to try to fit in another baby another puppy in a video. And thank you, and you have a blessed evening, and we will talk to you later.